That's my one party trick.
Okay, Herc, you're going to turn 90 degrees to the left.
Roger.
And you're clear of the stern.
Roger, clear the stern.
Okay, tether's in the water. Everything looks good back here.
Roger that, tether in the water. These radios all have like a very slight delay in when you press the button compared to the old ones. They've been cutting off just the first little bit, so I gotta to adjust my etiquette. Yeah, perfect day. Straps are off, Argus. Argus off deck. Don't know. It's not Aaron or Trevor.
Okay, we're going to go down and check the winch. We just have I think, shift control.
Roger that, we're good back there. Control? Yeah, but did it bump? Yeah. Was it proof attention though? Did somebody do all that? I guess, well, Trevor went down, so probably. There it is, Argus off. Did it get up pretty high? I missed it. When the A-frame went up the first time, did Argus go up high because it wasn't paying out?
Argus cameras? Guys, Argus cameras?
Argus cameras? All right, gonna start chirping.
Argus is going down.
Roger, going down.
Yeah, they're the IP cameras. Yeah, but they're actually using IP to get up here. They're more newer. Yeah, those two are IP cameras.
Do me a favor, if your Doppler's on, can you turn it off? All right, you're good for DVL back on if you need it. Thank you.
Good
Got
morning.
DVL com.
This is Patel 1892. UTC is 181220.
All right,
Mark.
we're set up over here. We do have the 8-pin on the responder and plugged in. So that's what your USBL is powering right now on Argus. Likely culprit because we're troubleshooting that. All right, we got vehicles in HIPAC and in our ROV nav on USBO. Which was it, Jake? Was it? Not going to be happy about that. So we're going to just run with that on battery. There is a spare transponder that can also be on battery, but it's fine as is. Ooh, can't go back in. Can you set your sub-bottom range to 200? Mezzos are started up, doing their thing. 5-0. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that call.
All stop 5-0. You guys ready for control?
Control van's ready.
Go ahead and bump it. Okay, you've got it. Jack's going off comms.
Roger. All right. So what, did they replace the bulkhead connector on the USBL beacon, I'm guessing, and still ground fault? I can't. Yeah.
Check, check.
Herc Science, any chance we can get power to the still cam?
Yeah, she's on it.
Yeah, they should have power now. Thanks, Steve.
I'm gonna move the ship a little bit so we start at our proper depth, intended depth.
Roger that. Sounds great. Thanks, Ernie.
Bridge nav. Like a ship move 65 meters, bearing 050. Thank you. Jess, if they're ever struggling, like if this is opening and it's all red, try turning off the Doppler and then restarting it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that this is a very specific set of scenarios where it likes to have a USBL fix feed, whether that's from simulation or actual when it starts, but not Doppler. And then once it's up, you can...
Then you put on Doppler.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We did a bunch of tests as to why that was happening, and think that's what it is.
It's a gremlin again.
Gremlin, permanent gremlin.
Permanent gremlin.
Talk to the manufacturer, it's probably a feature.
Yeah. Manufacturer retired.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen around the world. Thanks for tuning in. It is 8:19 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and our ROVs Hercules and Argus are back in the water after just about 8 hours on deck. We've launched for our next dive here on Tamana Seamount. We'll be descending here for a little bit. Our initial depth is estimated to be about 1,840 meters.
Kind of speed you making down there?
I'm only making 24. I'm going to slow up a little bit there.
Surface conditions today were lovely. Sunrise, water temperature about 78 degrees, clear skies. The underwater weather report is about 21 degrees Celsius and dropping, partly cloudy, 100% humidity.
What's the traffic report, Lindsay?
All clear on the 405.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
I don't know. I see some flurries in the screen.
Yeah, diurnal vertical migration still
Yeah,
jammed at
there's
this time of day.
some reports of flooding.
Slight chance of marine snow.
With apologies to our friends on the west coast.
Accumulation rates at millimeters per millions of years.
That's good. That's good.
She'll be at the bottom in around an hour.
Woohoo!
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us from around the world. If you've got your screen open, you can probably hear our voices now. Maybe you're trying to find where these voices are coming from. This is your core of exploration aboard exploration vessel Nautilus, and this is the 8 to 12 watch. We're excited to be with you this morning for some blue water. Love to hear where you're tuning in from.
I'll meet you at 30 there, Jake.
If you were with us last night, you will know that this was the last watch of the last dive on an unnamed, previously unexplored seamount, just southwest of Don Quixote Seamount and Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument. We've traveled a little bit farther south to a seamount named Tamana Seamount, and we're kind of going to be following a northeast ridge, similar to some of our other dives, maybe a little bit shallower than some of our other previous dives.
Yeah, Jeff, do you mind pulling up HiPAC on channel 3? Great. And yeah, so we're going to be diving on a very large seamount in this region called Tamana Seamount. It's, I think, the shallowest feature in this area. Is a flat-topped guyot. So at one point was a volcano above the water surface. It was eroded down, and hence the flatness of the structure. And we're going to be diving on kind of a little spur coming out to the northeast side of that seamount with a very kind of sharply defined ridge. You can see some slope failure features to the left and right of it. So we're hoping that'll be a good indication of good currents for supporting some animal communities on the top of that ridge. But let's see what we find.
Exciting.
So this will be our shallowest dive, I think, in terms of where we end up at water depth. So stay tuned.
Beth, did you get any sleep with all those sample processing last night?
A little bit, enough to be moderately functional. I'm sure my jokes will be a little terrible.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we got yesterday's dive was the first successful recovery of sediment push core on this expedition. Finally found an area with enough sediment to get it to stick into the core liner. The nice, gritty, 4M-rich, sandy material. So that was nice.
Was it all you hoped for?
It was better than I hoped for.
Oh, so
yeah.
Hungry for more now?
Yeah, if we find more sediment, we'll always try.
All right. All right, good morning, Hawaii, Brazil, very wet Vancouver, BC, Corvallis, Oregon. Thanks for tuning in. Hello from Papahanaumokuakea. And just to even zoom out a little further, not on HiPAC, but in general, we are here in the monument. And Kalama'i, who are you on microphone to give us just a little context of where we are, why we are, and the significance of this beautiful sacred space?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Good morning. So where do we begin? So like a general zoom on and stuff like that. Papahanaumokuakea was a name that was decided by the cultural working group early on when they were looking for a title for the monument. And so basically the term encompasses firstly, it is an ode to like our genealogical ties as Native Hawaiian people to Papahanaumokuakea and just to the rest of the archipelago as well. And so the first, it's actually a joining of two names of like our most like deified ancestors, if you will, or like elemental forms in a sense. So Papahanaumoku is basically is like Mother Earth, and Wakea is going to be like our sky, is like the sky father, if you will. And so they're the parents